Hi everyone. Happy Saturday. Today is the 8th of March and it's Women's Day. Happy Women's Day for all beautiful souls, beautiful ladies there. Today I invite a Belgium entrepreneur. Her name is Julia and I get inspired by her a lot. We just met each other only a few months, and I get inspired by her growth mindset, entrepreneur spirits, and also her patience with her family, her business with her husband, and her patience in the beauty industry. So let's check if she is here already. Okay, we are waiting Julia joining us. Today is Women's Day. How are you guys feeling in this powerful feminist day? So today, as Julia is an entrepreneur, we are all in this entrepreneur journey. A lot of time we face challenges along the way when we build up our business. Um, we face the time that we need to really reflect a lot and a lot of obstacle on the way, and the way to lift us up is find people who are also in this industry, in an entrepreneur journey. um, hi everyone. Oh, Julia is there. So let's welcome the one, the only Julia. Hi, Julia.
Hi, do you hear me?
Yes, we can
Okay,
hear
good.
you well.
Do
Thank
you
you
see
for
me?
joining. Yes, you can hear me well?
Yes, I am hearing you. I'm seeing you well.
Okay, Julia, thank you for joining me. And today is a Women's Day, so and then you are very beautiful, so very beautiful women. We would like to talk about the topic from vulnerable to stand out,
Yeah.
right? So Julia, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, thank you, Edwina. Thank you so much for having me. It's crazy because 2 weeks ago I was thinking about the fact that I would like to go out of my comfort zone and also be invited on podcast and kind of talk because it's actually my first experience. So and then you come with this invitation, so I kind of manifested it, so thank you so much.
Oh,
In two words
wonderful.
about me, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I live in Belgium. I have two beautiful kids. I'm actually a young mom of an 8 month daughter, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. With my husband, we have offline traditional business, which is a focacceria here in Brussels that we opened not even 6 months ago, focused on high quality focaccias. that brighten the day of people. And my second business, it's an online business, and I am a market partner of Monat, as you know. And my goal is to grow the business and grow the brand here in Belgium, so every single woman feels confidence in her hair, skincare. So this is kind of what I do. And yeah, this is me.
Thank you for introduce yourself. Very powerful. And yes, their restaurant, the Italian restaurant, the
Yeah.
focaccia is amazing, and you can feel every ingredient material is they they make it created from their heart.
Yeah.
We will, of course, we will place the location after in the description. So, Julia, okay, come back to our topic.
Yeah.
Can you share us about a time when you felt very vulnerable in your business, and how did that moment affect you?
So basically, if I talk about Foca Loca, we spend a lot of money into it. We spend a lot of like heart and efforts into it. And I remember that the moment when I felt vulnerable is questioning, like, will it work? Will people will like? Will they come? Will they taste? And this like insecurity really make you question, like, oh my god, I've spent so much money, will it ever work? And kind of you stress about it. And I remember that we um, we launched in November, and our first launching month was a huge success from our perspective, so it was better than we expected. The result and the feedback of customers was amazing. But then I remember that I think it was January, when we were like so confident that everything was going up. But then like it was like weeks where like the sales were not as we expected. And at that moment you really feel vulnerable, because you don't understand what's going on, because you had like a good like beginning, and then there was some stop in the situation, and again you question everything. And especially with accumulated fatigue that we had with my husband, like preparing everything and working for already like 2 months in the business, it was really hard. And I think that that moment of vulnerability, if we talk about our subject of today, it's when kind of you shape your character as an entrepreneur, because it helped it like this moment where like pushing us thinking, okay, what can I do better, where I can be maybe stand out from the competition, maybe I need to fire someone. And to be honest, in our case, that moment helped me to really reevaluate also who were with us in this project. So I had to like let go some people that were not resonating with our brand, and like looking for someone else. So instead of just like being paralyzed and just feeding my brain with thoughts, okay, oh my god, we spend so much money, clients don't come in, what with, like, yes, I did have these thoughts, I'm not like an angel, like I did have, but I just pushed through and start to reinvent the course of how the brand will look in the next month. So yeah. And instead, like, this is like the Foca Loca moment. And when I speak about Monat, which is online, this is was even more hard, because the moment when I felt vulnerable is to talk for the first time online about this business. Because I don't know how others, but for me, one of the biggest challenges that I had is the fear of judgment. Like, it's like, okay, what people will say, will they think that I'm selling something? Like, there is all this like crazy thought that comes, and you feel very vulnerable, and you're like, okay, what should I do? But what I've realized in this situation is that that this confidence to talk about something that is close to you comes with taking actions. Is that I had moment where I was like just paralyzed as well, and I didn't know from where like to approach this topic. But then you're like, okay, it's not about me. In here, like, you kind of go back to why you started, why you believe in this business model, why you believe, and in my case it was that, like, why I believe in it, and then focusing on people, and on taking actions. So this moment of vulnerability made me kind of take action, not stop,
Mhm.
even though I was like, even though I had these crazy thoughts in my head. But this is
Yeah.
honestly, this I think that this is the takeaway, the biggest takeaway I have in every business, like in our traditional one, right, and in online business, is that no matter what you have in your head, and in the moment of vulnerability, you have so many thoughts, and even like things that are not even real, that pops up in your head. But it's the most important is that to remind yourself that you have to take actions, because nothing changes if you don't take action despite these thoughts in your head.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Take an
Yeah,
inspire action. And so
exactly.
in this the moment you felt vulnerable,
Yeah.
did you find the opportunity to learn something new and to help you move forward?
Yeah. So as I was saying, like for example, with Foca Loca, I was first and foremost, like I was thinking, okay, what we have now, what it works, and you reevaluate kind of the whole situation, and this moment of vulnerability. If you look at it from point of abundance, you're like, okay, this is what I have, that it's nice, that it works, and this is what I think we need to improve. And in case of Foca Loca, what I understood, that we need to like, we had already a nice start of our social media, but what I thought is that, okay, we need to really dive more into storytelling. We really need to share more about to clients about how important quality is for us. Like, this is, I think, the number one, like, value that Foca Loca has, is that we bake everyday fresh focaccia. We have the freshest ingredients that we and high quality ingredients that they're on the market, and the quality aspect is so important for us. And I think that this is where I started to, okay, I'm not just showcasing the focaccia and just to eat. I'm showcasing the whole kind of experience around it, what people will feel when they will eat our focaccia. I will showcase how important quality is for us, and other values, the creativity behind the recipes that we're doing, because we are reinventing the classic focaccia recipes. So this moment of vulnerability, again, you always in life, you have two choices. How do you look at it, from deficit, like from negative perspective, or from positive, right, from abundance? And in this case, I was thinking, okay, we have less sales, how can we attract people? And this is where you kind of turn back into redirecting, like, your thoughts into creating a stronger personal brand. And well, I gave some examples where we leaned into, right? And this is how you turn vulnerability into kind of success. And I think, can I continue, because something else popped into my mind. I think that a very
Go
important
ahead.
lesson that I've learned is also, for me, at least for me, was being patient and adapt myself. I think that this is two things that were so important, like, to learn from being vulnerable. And I in that moment I was like, okay, Julia, you have to have patience. Like, you have to have patience, because nothing comes overnight. And this is something that's so difficult for me, like, so difficult for me. My quality is to move fast, but for people like me, if you are like me, It's like, positive thing is that you take decision fast, you move fast, you adapt fast. But from another point of view, you don't have patience. And for me, when in the moment when I felt vulnerable and weak, and questioning for Kaloka, what, like, in general, like, where we put ourselves into, I had the chance that Charles, my husband, with whom we are together in this project, he was telling me, Julia, patience. And this is actually what I'm reminding myself every single day. You have to have patience with nowadays with social media. Me too, I'm guilty of that. Sometimes you tend to really believe in the communication that sometimes we receive, that everything is so easy, that comes overnight. But it's not true. Like, at least this is my perspective of things. It takes, like, the seed needs to grow, right? Like, you water it little by little, it gives roots, it takes time, like, and then it's blossoming. So this is the same thing with Focaloca, is that, like, I'm like, okay, Julia, people need to know this. The people need to it takes time for people to really, come, and to word of mouth works a lot also for us, because we are in the center of Brussels. There are a lot of offices, and now we see how much people come just because they heard that a friend recommended.
Mhm.
And I would say, yes, this is what I've learned. And adaptability, this is what I've talked to you about, like adapting, switching, twisting. um and with my I think that with my monad business, I think, like, this fear of judgment, this vulnerability of being, of being afraid to being judged. I think what I've learned the most is that I had to some point owning my story. I think that we all need to own our story, and understand that everything we've been through, it's actually us, what makes us so um, unique. And I've just, started to post content and understand that not everybody will like it, that not it's not for everyone. And, like, you kind of try to stop to please everyone, and just, you focus on people that do love your content, do resonate with you. And the one that don't, it's fine too, like, it's just respectfully fine. But like, it was, of course, it's a process. Now, in this life, I'm just sharing to you, and it feels so easy. But of course, it's a process that you don't transform your mindset so quickly. It's a shift in mindset, right? Looking for people that love your content, and just focus on them, and not, like, focus on, okay, what people will talk, like, say about me, what they like. No, you
Mm.
just focus on your mission, and on helping people. So yeah.
Wow. That's very powerful entrepreneur mindset. And thank you for sharing your story with us, Julia. Now I got a question for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, we talking about the process, the journey, but a lot of people might wondering, how to show their vulnerability, right? Because a lot of time we want to hide our emotions, we want to hide maybe the negative part, or the weakness inside of us. How do you, like, show your vulnerability, but in the same time you recognize it's a strength?
Yeah. So how do I share my vulnerability? I think just by being my authentic self, and just by doing it, and stopping the noises that come in my head, again, what people will say. Because I arrived at a moment of my life where I understand, of course, I understand that my like weaknesses, like vulnerable moments, they're actually my superpower. um, People resonate with us more when we share our setbacks, when we share our emotional, like, instability, or things that makes us maybe insecure. People actually I don't know, they resonate with pain, I think, if I can say it like that. And I think it's again like riding a bicycle. You just need to make the first step on opening yourself. And also, there are different degrees of how you open yourself and share your vulnerability. And it's okay to not share everything, you know. It's okay to not share like the deepest thoughts. But it's important to understand that if you become an entrepreneur, and even if you're not entrepreneur, on a daily basis with people, it's important to share your struggles, because like this you help others to understand that they are not crazy. Like I can share, for me, what helps me also is to look for out for people that I admire, right? Like there is Ed Milet that pops up now in my head, Ed Milet, or other like personal development speakers in personal development space. They are so vulnerable, and every time they talk and they share something so deep and vulnerable, I'm crying. Literally, I'm like driving my car, because usually I'm listening in my car, and I'm always crying, and I'm like, thank you for sharing this, because it means that I'm not crazy. It means that my everyday struggles as entrepreneur is not being crazy. It means that me comparing with other people from time to time, it's not crazy, because everybody is saying, don't compare with yourself, like with others. Don't compare. Like I know, my brain knows that I don't need
Mhm.
to compare, but my heart compares sometimes, right? Like it's difficult
Mm.
for me sometimes to not compare when I look to another like successful girl, or like I'm like, I wish I was like in Bali now with this like beautiful ocean background and talk about like, I don't know, confidence, you know? Like, you see what I mean? It's natural. And when I see that, like, well, I will keep with Ed Milet example. When I see that this person that is now like a billionaire entrepreneur, and that he's sharing with me the thoughts and the struggles he also has as an entrepreneur every day, it makes it so relatable, right?
Mhm.
And I'm so grateful. So this is, we go back again to the fact that we don't need to be like selfish in we it's our like really our job and our duty to share this with people, because it helps others on their journey. And you know, sometimes like some of you might listen to me and say, yeah, but I'm not entrepreneur, I didn't like live a crazy life, or I don't have anything to share. But it's wrong, because on every single scale we can help someone, you know, at every single scale. Like you can help in your like little, like, I don't know, experience. Even as an employee, you can share things with someone who has the same struggles as an employee, you
Right.
know, who is feeling unheard, who is feeling, I don't know, undervalued, underpaid. Like there is so many struggles that people are going through, or like you know, working because they need to pay their bills, but being passionate about something else. And like you at every single stage of your life, you can help someone through your vulnerability. But it takes courage, I think that the more, because it's so easy to play this role of being perfect. I've been through this too, huh? It's just that you create this mask because you feel that it will sell. Well, no, it's not, unfortunately, because people see through this.
Mhm.
Like I have
Yeah.
friends, influencers, that they share online like this beautiful, like beautiful house, beautiful family, beautiful blah, 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 like everything's so perfect. And I don't resonate, and I because I feel
Mhm.
so much, like energetically I feel people, and I see that this is not her. Like this is not her, and I'm like, why she is doing it? Like I know that right now this person is going through personal like struggle, transformation, and because she's starting a new project, and she's like doubting herself because she's like, you know, starting something new. Why you don't share this, you know? But
Wow.
again, superpower, you have to find the courage to share your vulnerability, because it's really helping others.
Yeah, it's helping others and also like create the connection with others.
Definitely, you're so
Yeah.
right. You're so right. And if you are like, for example, in sales business, or doesn't matter which business, when you are becoming vulnerable, yes, you connect with people, and then they really want to know more about you because they like you more, and they were like, okay, I like this person, I feel empathy for this person, and let me see what he or she is doing. Oh, she has a focacceria. Oh, I will go because I like Julia, I'm going to have lunch, right? Like I will go to,
Mm-hmm.
or like, oh my god, but oh, Julia is, she's promoting like a hair brand. Oh, she's developing like, natural skincare brand in Belgium. Let me see, what is it? Oh, I have problems with my hair. Or oh, I want to, make a present to my mom. Let me try it on. So it creates some like meaningful relationship, and this is something that we all want.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
very, very true. I also experienced that like last year or the year before, that I really show my vulnerability, and I have this crying tear up moment, and then I create a strong connection with people, and people recognize you, and people want to approach you to talk to you more. And so actually vulnerability is the way to show up your yourself, your authenticity,
Authenticity.
and it will bring you also the like-minded people and tribe to support you as well.
Definitely, you're so right. It creates connections, meaningful connections.
Okay, Julia, now as an stand-out entrepreneur, how do you feel about your journey? How does it feel? Do you want to take this time to inspire and empower others on this journey? And especially today is a Women's Day.
Yeah.
How do you how do you want to share like the way you empower your people, the women surround you in your beauty business is also very important, right?
Yeah, I think, oh my God, it makes me feel so responsible. But I, I think that this is my opinion. I think that I inspire women by just being my authentic self. But being my authentic self and being able to share it with the people, it comes from personal growth. And my business growing when I am growing as a person, when I am growing as a human. Skills are important, but mindset, it's even more important from my perspective. And when I share with my audience my struggles of being, a new mom, but a serial entrepreneur, people, women, they see myself and they think, um, okay, I'm not alone in this, but if she can do it, I can do it. So my goal through my content is really to share and to show women that they can be all and they can do it all and they deserve it all. And it's very important, of course, to have a community that, inspire you and seeing you this leader and push you to be your best self. It's very important. And and this is what I'm trying actually to do with my content, if I don't know personally someone, is to show women that they are not alone. And basically this is what I do. And related to the beauty business, um, the goal is to show that it can be a transformative vehicle for women in terms of their hair, in terms of their skincare, in terms of their financing. There are a lot of women that don't know from where to start. I've been there. I've been there. I didn't know from where to start. I've been there. I doubt. I was afraid to have one post on social media. I didn't know what to say. Like, I've been there. And I think that uh, Monad and this opportunity gives to women this possibility to start entrepreneurship with actually very less investment, and grow and learn all about, entrepreneurship and how to push boundaries and change the mindset, from being like employee to, or stay at home mom, let's say, to become an entrepreneur. So today it's Women's Day, and I wish to every single woman to really start betting on herself and not feeding herself. This is the thing that drives me the most. Like I want to shake women and say, stop to waste your precious time and feeding yourself with fears and thoughts that doesn't serve you. Like, try to get close to women that you aspire to be, to get out from this like bubble and move to another reality, if you know what I mean. um I don't know if I responded to your question, but
Yes.
to resume again, I will resume and I will say that um I'm trying to be vulnerable on my social media
Yes,
by,
you are. I
yeah,
like it. You are. I feel you by from your posts, your stories, from your posts.
yeah,
It's connected to our daily life and also very very strong powerful mindset behind and beyond. Okay, also beyond. And actually, I have the last question.
yeah,
Like in maybe not only in Belgium,
yeah,
in everywhere.
yeah.
A lot of time, people they really want to be an entrepreneur. They want to have their own business, but these outside circumstances or people around always tell you, "Oh, you need to pay a lot of tax. You need to, spend a lot of more. It's better to work in 9 to 5." How do you see this? And what's the suggestion or advice shift
For
from
those who want to
work
be
from nine to
entrepreneur,
five to entrepreneur? Yes.
for those could be entrepreneur, but they are like stopped by the entourage. Okay, so this is a subject that it's very, I think that there is no right or wrong way to start to be an entrepreneur. But what I want to say that no matter what you will do in your life, if you are an entrepreneur, like universe, life will still bring you to a moment where you will become one. This is for sure. I wanted to be an entrepreneur all my life, but in my 20s I already started to build my company. It was a website and I was selling scarves. Nobody believed in me, and everybody was like, it wasn't fashionable that back then, to be an entrepreneur. Like, it's like 20 years ago already. Like, it wasn't like so fashionable like now to be an entrepreneur. And I remember that my entourage was telling me, "Yeah, you have to have a job. You have to, voila, like you have to have a real job." And I gave in. I had a baby, so I went to work in a company. But like, you cannot run from your true self. So you cannot run, because at some point I was so miserable that I had to, become an entrepreneur. So how do you do it? If you want to be an entrepreneur, how do you do it? I would think that the most smart way is to really do it smoothly, and kind of course, if you have to pay bills, if you have to, if you have responsibilities, especially like me, I am a mom, right? Like, I was a single mom back then, so of course it's important to work. And of course you can be, it's nothing wrong on having 9 to 5 to pay your
Mm-hmm.
bills and to use it as a tool to create your entrepreneur business. It's all it's how you look at it. Do you look at it as an empty cup, or do you look at, like, how do you look at the situation? I'm going back to the same thing of having the same situation and looking from like lack or from abundance, right? So
Perspective. Mm.
having 9 to 5, when you start, it's nothing wrong with that. You can have it and use it as a tool to pay your bills, like money that pay your bills, having food on your table, paying your, like, your kids and everything. But yes, it requires sacrifices. You need a little to sleep less. You need to maybe not go out as much as you do with your friends, because you have to spend this time building your entrepreneurial business. But then what is beautiful now is that you have different business models that allows you to also just, where is my phone? My phone is now here, but like, take your phone and work your business from everywhere. This is also, it depends on what business do you dive in, so there are, but I don't think it's bad to have nine, like I had 9 to 5 and I worked parallel my businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And to a point where now I'm fully just living from entrepreneurship. I know people that have savings and they went all in entrepreneurship, but you have to understand that you have to have some money, you see, like, or like from the state, like you have to have money to survive, because when you start it, yeah, I'd rather spend my energy into creative things than spending my energy into being worried about how I will pay my bills. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and this is one topic, and then the entourage topic, who cares? Like, before I cared, so I get, again, I understand, because I've been through this, what my mom will say, what my father will say, because for me my family is like my biggest support system, right? So every single thing that I did, I was kind of waiting for approval. Oh my god, no, like, I mean, they, how can I look for approval from people that have not been there? Like, my mom never built a beauty business. My mom never built a focal local, like, right? Like, how can, like, of course everything they say to me is from love. They want the best, but is it relevant? Will it make my business succeed? I don't know. I don't think so. So people, I understand this craving for approval for your spouse or your your family, but in the end of the day, it's your life, like your life. And if you believe that you need to take this opportunity, take it. How many
Yes.
lives you have, really? Like, how many lives you have?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the end of the day, you arrive at 90. This is a question I'm asking myself more and more. Julia, what will you regret? And very often pops out, I will regret to not go fully in, for example, in monad business, or like going live more, or being on podcast most, or like all these things pops out. Like, ask yourself this question. And if you feel that you'll regret to not trying out to be an entrepreneur, this, you have your answer.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's really beautiful sharing. Yeah.
Thank you, thank
What
you.
are the most of people who regret they don't try, or till they are old or before they dying, they always say they regret they didn't make the dream happen, or they
Oh,
didn't
this
take
is
action.
like I have shivers when I think about it. And you know what? It's crazy that in that moment, like, will you think, like, when you will be on your deathbed, like, or how you call it, like when you'll die, basically, will you think, oh my god, like, this friend of mine judged me for posting one post on social media. Like, it sounds so ridiculous, but I'm telling to you, but I also repeat it to myself because I've been through this, right? Judgment, like why people will say me starting this or that or this or that. When I will die, this will not matter. Really. Like,
Mhm.
this person will be like, or dead, or like living his life with his grandkids. You see what I mean? Like, and it becomes so ridiculous, so small. Sometimes
Mhm.
having a perspective from an older self to your situation right now makes it all go away. It's an exercise. I do it too. Will Julia in 5 years will care about what's going on right now, or will be so worried about what's going on right now? And if my question is no, Julia, it's ridiculous, I start to focus and switch my mood. And it's not always easy because sometimes you're like, woo, like boiling, here. But when you have another perspective, you kind of start to master your emotions and to switch them in another direction. So if you want to
Wow.
become an entrepreneur, um, it's nothing wrong with that. You have to try. You have to give yourself this chance to try and to
Mhm.
fail. No problem with that. uh,
Fail is only natural part of journey,
yes, I
right?
don't even think that failing is the right word, because I think that it's a lesson. It's just a step forward to where you want to be.
Mm.
And I think that
Yeah.
we have to switch this paradigm of people that, oh, and if I don't succeed, I had it too. Again, like, I've been through all the stages, I've been in this too. What if I don't succeed? But what success mean? Like, in the end of the day, for some is money. And if you, at some point, this particular business doesn't go financially how you want, something else is appearing, but you have already this stamina and experience and skills that help you to go on another stage, that help you to be, to grow something, and the second thing can be successful. So
Mm.
you have to act.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. So actually, success is not it's the way the person you grow and the new version of you how you become, right? It's
Exactly.
not only that how many times you fail. It's just a natural part of the journey. Most the important thing is how you grow and how what kind of person you want to be, right?
Indeed,
That's
indeed.
very empowering. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
see
for
here a
sharing,
question.
Julia.
Have you read Million Fastlane? No, I didn't. I didn't read, and actually, thank you for recommending. I will check this. Did you read this book?
Millionaire Fastlane? No.
I didn't, so I will check. I will check online. There are so many
Thank you
good books.
for sharing.
Mm,
Keen Nadish. Yeah,
yeah.
we can check it after, and you can always leave message on our Instagram. I will place Julia's Instagram on the description later. And so, Julia, I know you have an event happening next week or
Yes. Oh,
month.
yes,
Would you
yes.
like to share? If people who are in Belgium who would like to join you,
Yeah. So
it would be
basically, it will
wonderful.
be an event. Thank you actually for sharing this. It will be on Thursday at 3 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. I need to double check, but 3 p.m. So I invite girls who are interested in becoming market partner with Monad. But basically, first and foremost, of course, I will share the business opportunity. I will talk about why it's nice and what is the best. Why now is the best time, what can bring it to you, to a woman who is interested. And also there will be like-minded women. It's nice to network and to eat good focaccia because it will be at Foca
Wow.
Loca. And just drink coffee and just connect, because I feel that women, we have to really empower each other and be together and network and just um, help each other. Because I don't know, now when I became a mother of a daughter, I really am on a mission to create even a better place for my daughter to live in, and also to be me better, to lead by example. So I think that when women come together and they have the same visions, the same things that they aspire to, they can, move mountains and create something beautiful and inspire others. So you can come and network, and at the same time learn about a new business opportunity that comes here in Belgium now. So voila, everybody is invited. You can find more details about how to be on this event on my Instagram. I will put a link.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Julia. Thank you for joining in this conversation. And yeah, I will place some information about Julia in the description. Thank you for
Thank you.
everything.
Thank
I think, yeah, next
Well,
week, if you would like to join Julia's event, I will also send a link below, then you can connect with Julia.
thank
All right, Julia,
thank
thank
you
you for
so
your time. Thank you for
much.
your beautiful energy.
Thank you.
And
Thank
happy
you.
Women's Day
Happy
for
Women's Day.
every beautiful ladies there.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Have a great
thank
day and
you.
happy Women's Day. And thank you for everyone who joined our life. Thank you.
Have a lovely day. Bye bye.
Bye.